Welcome to the show where we tackle life's burning questions, like why are pizzas circular but served as triangles?
Well, that one might have to remain a mystery, but it's time for another episode of The Campus Edge.
Hey there, scholars and scallywags. Welcome to the second episode of Campus Edge for fall 2023.
Today we're back in the studio with plenty of exciting improvements for our next episode.
So Lanie, how do you feel about golf?
I enjoy golfing from time to time, but it's starting to get a little bit chilly outside.
That's for sure. Well, reporter Tess Hargrove and I spoke with the staff at the local Prairie Trails golf course to discover how they prepare for the colder months. Prairie Trails Golf Course, one of the most beautiful courses in El Dorado, Kansas. Matter of fact, the only golf course in El Dorado, Kansas. With the cold fronts approaching and winter teeing off, you may wonder what differences may come about.
Our memberships are up, our play is up, our tournaments are up. Overall, we are well ahead of the numbers that we were from last year. And I can only see it getting better. Again, a lot of it's based on weather. If it's a mild winter, we have a lot of play. If it's a bad winter, then nobody really comes out. We keep the clubhouse open, and again, if the golf course is playable and open, we let people go out and play.
Even though the course may be open, the weather conditions may not permit. Alongside other businesses in El Dorado, the cold weather is the most effective.
I mean, when it's cold, nobody really wants to get out and do anything. So it affects us as it affects any other business. Nobody wants to go eat at a restaurant, and if it's cold and snowy. Same way with the golf course, nobody's going to be able to get out and do anything. Basically, if you don't need to get out of the house or want to get out of the house, then you don't have to if the weather is bad. But most definitely, winter affects us the most.
Although winter is predicted to be up to par, the course will remain open and ready for you to set your tee times, weather permitting. For BCTV and Campus Edge, I'm Sam White.
Well, now that we've gone to the golf course, let's venture back to the classroom. Sam, who's your favorite professor?
Well, I feel like I have to say Dr. West, our chair of mass communications. And not just because he's in the room right now.
Well, I followed Doc West around for a few days to find out what a day in the life of a busy professor really looks like.
I've taught at Butler since August of 2009. Watching students become better than when they came to college is probably the best thing about teaching. I have never had a spouse. I don't have children. I've had a lot of people in my life that have supported me in my career. I am a schizophrenic. I use voices because I've got 30 years of radio. I was a fat kid, so I wasn't very good at sports. And to a certain extent, when I was growing up, it was a defense mechanism. It was a way that I could be socially accepted. I mean, that may be one of the ways to do it. Yeah, I had a girl moment. Ask him if he wants to buy a vowel. I am not going to put that hat on. I'm going to buy the hat, but I'm not going to wear it. Welcome to the Donald Trump School of Business. That is so wrong on so many different levels. I've learned that as time goes on, the attention span of my students gets shorter and shorter. And so kind of to wake them up or to bounce them out of, watching social media in class or doing something else, I try a 90-degree turn. Everybody grows. And college is a place where, yes, you learn facts and you learn figures, but you learn yourself. You learn what you can do and what you can't do. But more importantly, you learn that a lot of things you didn't think you could, You can.
Time for a quick pause, but when we return, we've got a special treat. Get ready to hear firsthand from Mr. Bailey, our part-time professor with a full-time adventure. His story of balancing two worlds is up next.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
but there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Hey viewers, glad to have you back.
We sure are. Up next, our reporter Francisco Puente Takajasi interviewed our part-time professor Ian Bailey about how he balances his part-time role as a professor with his full-time job as a video professional.
Did you know that some professors here at Butler are part-time and have a full-time gig they manage with teaching? Well, today I spoke with a part-time professor and talked about his experience doing just that. I am Francisco Puente Takajasi, reporting for Campus Edge.
Hi, my name's Ian Bailey, and I am a manager of marketing communications for Ascension, and I currently teach editing and video production too here at Butler.
Where there is an interview or you physically see somebody talking, they're gonna have a title, right?
I was looking at ways to give back to my community. I currently live in Augusta, and thought that I started looking around and there was an open position here at Butler for a communications professor. And so I thought that would be a great way to give back to my community and share some of my knowledge that I've learned both in news and in the corporate world over my years of being in the real world.
On this page, I want to have, and I want to see a little bit of, like, that you understand.
Yeah, I would say the only difficulty is I travel a lot for work, and so I wouldn't say it's a difficulty, but trying to move my schedule around in order to make sure that I'm here as much as I can be, and the days that I'm teaching, try to make sure that I'm available and here, and not on an airplane somewhere.
So I saw everybody turned in the project, so that's good. I want like a little feedback on it. Was it harder than you thought, easier than you thought?
I love teaching the next generation of communication students and being able to give back and being able to inspire them to do this for a living.
Well, hopefully you learned something new about your professors and the unique challenges they face. I am Francisco Puente Takajasi, reporting for Campus Edge.
Ian certainly has an interesting life balancing between Butler and Ascension.
You're absolutely right, Sam. Up next, our reporter Daniel Fee and Alex Jordan embark on a nature walk that unfolds in an enlightening journey of discovering about a true unique organization.
We attended a nature walk event hosted at the Bradford Memorial Library. There we met Megan Kalinsky, the host of the event. She spoke to us about why she travels Kansas, putting on events celebrating nature and Kansas poets.
Humanities Kansas has a speakers bureau in which they send experts in their field, and my field is the environmental humanities, out across Kansas to give presentations at various cultural nonprofits. And many of those cultural nonprofits are public libraries, like the library here in El Dorado. So my particular program is about connecting to place through our connection with plants in the natural world, and thinking along with poets who have long written about those connections, and thinking about how our connections with the natural world help facilitate relationships.
This interview led us on another quest, to learn more about Humanities Kansas and the Speakers Bureau. So we spoke with the Associate Director of Humanities Kansas to figure out what it was all about.
Humanities Kansas, we're a statewide nonprofit based in Topeka, but we, as I said, serve the entire state. And so our mission is really to connect communities with resources that explore history, culture, and build community through the humanities. We like to say we're leading a movement of ideas. So we work with an amazing roster of scholars. These are historians, literature professors, poets, experts in certain fields. We work with them to go throughout the whole state. So a community like a public library will contact the speaker to come to their community, and Humanities Kansas provides support for that speaker to go to the community and have a conversation. Discussion is really the meat and bones of the Speakers Bureau event, because that's when people can really listen to the stories that they've heard, but then add to and share stories of their own and have a really great exchange with their neighbors and friends and community members. In the past 15 years, Butler County Community College has hosted 300 events with Humanities Kansas, reaching over 11,000 people. Clearly, this is a community and an institution that loves the humanities. So we're very thankful for the partnership we've had with you all over these past 15 and longer, I'm sure, years. So.
We wish Humanities Kansas and their Speakers Bureau the best of luck on their mission to spread new ideas throughout Kansas. I'm Daniel Fee with Campus Edge, signing off.
I guess that's all the stories we have for today.
Do we have to end it so soon?
I know, it's tough, but we're already gearing up for incredible stories in our next episode.
And if you want to see this, or any other episode of the Campus Edge, check them all out on our YouTube channel. Butler Student Media, their permanent online home.
To all our amazing viewers out there, thank you for joining us on this journey. This has been
the Campus Edge.